cutting towards myself. Oh no! Cutting towards yourself is only dangerous if you don't know how to do it right. Someone needs to invent a plastic package that is not stupid. I swear they must be in league with the hospitals, trying to get you to injure yourself getting it open. Go check out my community panel, guys. I did a poll over there to let you guys decide what my next project was going to be. Most of you voted for this air rifle idea, which I've been wanting to build for a really, really long time, so I'm super excited about it. I got this Spider Victor paintball marker off of Amazon for about $60. I decided I was going to buy one of these and modify it to shoot smaller caliber steel balls with a magazine coming off of the side right here, instead of scratch building it for a number of different reasons, which I won't bore you with jump cut. Now I know exactly what you're thinking. Does a paintball gun have enough power when modified to make it a high-powered air rifle? Well, let's do the math. Warning, math ahead. Feel free to skip this section if long sequences of whiteboard numbers trigger you. Proceed at your own risk, you've been warned. Thank you, Stray Hydroblade, for being so dang smart. Okay, so paintballs are caliber .68. Paintballs weigh, on average, as I found, 3.52 grams. The barrel length of the paintball gun is 9.5 inches, and we're shooting those paintballs at 300 feet per second. The new projectiles we're going to be modifying this gun to shoot are .375. They weigh 3.56 grams. We'll say the same length of barrel, and we will try to find out the feet per second of this right here based on the speed of this. Now the reason I'm able to do this is because the weights of the two are so close, I'm going to pretend that these two are equal to each other. So the weight is equal. We're not going to take the weight into the equation at all. I'm going to calculate the volume of the .68 caliber barrel. Radius is 0.34. Volume of the new barrel is going to equal 1.41. It's around half the size. So what we're going to do is find the rate that the current barrel displaces the amount of air according to the feet per second. So the muzzle velocity is 300 feet per second, and it displaces 3.44 cubic inches, which is 3.44 cubic inches per 0.002 seconds. This is the rate of displacement. The pressure is exactly the same. The weight of the projectile is exactly the same, so we can ignore that from the equation. The only difference is the volume of the barrel, which is going to be much, much smaller, so it should push the projectile through much, much faster. If right now it pushes 3.44 cubic inches at 0.0026 seconds, it will push 1.41 cubic inches at 0.00106 seconds. So if we convert that back out, that equals a feet per second of 746. These are the new barrels I ordered. Moment of truth. Please, please tell me this fits. Yay! The fit could be slightly better. It's a little loose, but I think that it's as good as we're gonna get. I believe these things are 7/16 outer diameter with a 3/8 steel ball. Sweet! I was really worried these wouldn't fit and I'd have to find some more. Unscrew the barrel. Get rid of this little thing. And then remove the hopper attachment. We've got a number of challenges to overcome to make this gun work. I'm gonna list them out, then we'll get cracking. We need to seal off the top hopper hole so we don't have any excess air escaping. We also need to cut off anywhere else that the air can escape. We need to make the new barrel, make magazine. We need to make the magazine attachment, add a magnet so the balls don't fall right down the barrel, make a new stock, and I think that's about it. Oh! It's time for us to do some shopping. I laugh at myself. I knew before walking in Dollar General wasn't going to have any of the parts I needed, but I went in there anyway. I can't help but spend money on stuff like this. Time to travel a little bit farther out. You want to know the reason you don't buy cheap stuff? This right here is why you don't buy cheap stuff. Just broke right off. All roads lead to Walmart. Well, Walmart apparently does not sell strong magnets, so I'm gonna have to buy those on Amazon. And we are headed home. Okay, we've now got this barrel assembled so that we have an inner barrel inside of an outer barrel that's inside of a... It's actually an outer inner barrel, really, because it's got an outer barrel on that too. Anyway, very inner barrel comes to about here, so you can see if I pull that back, you can still see it in there. That's by design. You'll see why later. For now, let's give it a quick test and see if we're getting anything like the power I think we should be getting. Cross your fingers. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Could be better. I don't think there's any way that's 700 feet per second. But I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. I think this is gonna work. And that's where we're gonna have to call an end for part 1. Be sure to stick around. I mean, you can't stick around, but subscribe or something and stick around my channel so you see video number 2, which will come out next week sometime, in which this will be completely finished up, assuming nothing goes wrong. And Yeah, get off your behind now, go build something awesome. See you next time. Jake out. Warning, math ahead. Feel free to skip this section if long sequences of whiteboard numbers trigger you. Proceed at your own risk, you've been warned. And thank you, Shoot. Warning, math ahead. Feel free to skip this section if long sequences of whiteboard numbers trigger you. Proceed at your own risk, you've been warned. Thank you, Hydroblade, for being so dang smart. That'll do it.